Bleach Chapter 567 comes out strong as we continue the battle between Rukia and Asnod. Anyways, let's get into this discussion right after the intro. Hello everybody, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shimigami X, aka your Captain X, leader of Squad X, and here today to review Bleach Chapter 567, entitled A Dance with SnowWhite. Alright, I thought this chapter, actually no, let me start from the beginning. To be completely honest with you guys, I began to read this chapter not expecting very much from it, to be honest, because as you all know, Rukia's battles and stuff have been very underwhelming throughout the entire series thus far. Yes, a lot of anticipation and a lot of speculation has been put by other reviewers, other fans of the series about this particular battle between Asnod and Rukia, but I wasn't expecting much to happen because of the typical trend we've seen with Rukia's battles where she essentially gets defeated and /nerfed. Alright, but this chapter delivered and basically blew those expectations out of the water when we talk about Rukia's powers. And now let's further discuss Rukia's powers, which I thought was the highlight of this chapter, because obviously Rukia is the star of this chapter, not Asnod. That being said, I would even go as far to say that Rukia's powers in her Shikai surpassed those of Toshiro's in his Bankai. I know some of you are going to be like, whoa, how can that ever be possible, because Toshiro's a captain, blah blah blah, for all those people who love Toshiro out here. But look at it this way. No temperature was ever been stated about Toshiro's Shikai and his Bankai, and it was also stated that Toshiro's Shikai and Bankai has the smallest difference in power between any of the captains of the Gotei 13. Also, we can also take into account that just because someone is captain level doesn't mean that they're one of the strongest in the Gotei 13, because as we see, Renji in the last chapter has surpassed the level of several captains. So why can't it be the same why can't it be said that Rukia has done the same? Even though it was stated in the beginning of the series by Toshiro that his Zanpakuto was the strongest ice-type Zanpakuto at the time. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm kind of digressing here. So what my general point is that I believe Rukia's Zanpakuto is in fact stronger than Toshiro's, for the simple fact that it's able to get to the temperature of absolute zero. And absolute zero is the temperature that freezes all matter. So anything of any molecular structure, anything in the periodic table is frozen at this temperature. So we've seen that even with Toshiro's Bankai using his ultimate technique, that it doesn't completely freeze his opponent like on a molecular level. It just literally freezes several layers of skin to the point where they can't move and they're essentially trapped. But Rukia in her Shikai, because this is clearly not her Bankai because she didn't actually state Bankai, and the shape of her Zanpakuto hasn't changed, none whatsoever, which is something that happens from Shikai to Bankai, except in the case with Byakuya, who just gains more petals. Anyways, that being said, what I thought was pretty cool is that how her powers work, how how literally anything she touches while using the full extent of her Shikai freezes, whether it's blood, air, anything she touches, blood, water, anything, it will freeze. So I thought that was pretty cool. So she essentially becomes like basically an ice demon. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling on here, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this chapter. What I thought was really interesting was Asnod basically explaining that how his fear abilities, it's impossible for his fear ability not to work, because every living organism in this world, it has some kind of primordial fear. It's fear is a natural instinct, and even he himself experiences it. Well, he doesn't say that he himself experiences it, but him being a living being himself, which is somewhat debatable, he would naturally experience fear himself. Everything in this world experiences fear. You, I experience fear, whether or not we agree with it or not. Even just us living is fear, because we fear death. No matter how you look at it, we fear death. We do cancer research because we're scared of dying by cancer. We look for cures. We have medicine because we're scared of dying. These are all things that we do basically to prevent death. Like, look at, for example, women who put makeup and like all kind of basically, and like wrinkle filling cream and stuff. These are all things that basically are to deny the signs of them aging, because at the end of the day, we all fear death. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you guys understand that and you guys aren't stupid, so I'm not going to carry on and ramble on about that. So let's move on to the chapter. Alright, I've already explained about how Asnod basically explained how everything has primordial fear, but I thought it was very interesting what Rukia said, how the reason why fear doesn't work on her. And a lot of people are thinking like, what, is it just because she's that badass now that she's not scared of him? No, it's actually more deeper than that, and it's explained perfectly in the chapter that the reason that she can't feel fear is because the presence of fear cannot penetrate her. And when I say that, that also can apply for any other emotion, because emotions are something that can only apply to something that is living and something that has quite a complicated brain and a complicated structure, such as the human mind, and in this case Shimigami Quincy, anything that can experience some kind of emotion. So with that being said, if something like an inanimate object such as this cup cannot experience fear, cannot experience emotion, and essentially when she freezes, when she drops her body temperature below 0, essentially everything in her body is frozen. So therefore, for those short periods of time, she becomes an inanimate object, and the only reason she's able to physically move and somehow keep alive is because she's able to manipulate the reishi that is inside of her and around her, which I think is pretty cool because it shows very, very, very good reishi control, spiritual pressure control, etc., which is something that is not seen by any members of the Gote 13 except those within Squad 4, such as Unohana, Isane, etc., etc. So I thought that was actually pretty interesting to show that, okay, not only has Rukia become significantly more powerful, she also has a very good speed to be able to move so quick that Asnod doesn't even have time to react, and also she has very good reishi control, which kind of reminds me of Sakura from Naruto, but that's a different series entirely. So that's what I thought was pretty cool. This chapter, quite evidently, was a chapter that gave character development in terms of strength for Rukia, because you have more than one way of character development. Character development doesn't have to necessarily be based on one's powers and then becoming stronger. So this chapter was basically a chapter that showed the progression of Rukia's powers, and in my opinion, how she has surpassed Toshiro. Because Toshiro, quite evidently, his Zanpakuto, even in his Bankai, doesn't compare to what Rukia's can do in her Shikai. Yes, the volume of ice may be more, but as we've always known as people, quantity doesn't equal quality. So, with that being said, I thought this chapter of Bleach was quite a very good chapter of Bleach. It delivered where I was expecting it to fail, personally. Not so much fail as in terms of like it's going to be a whack chapter, but it's no secret, I don't really care for Rukia's character. But this chapter actually made me somewhat care for her character, because I was actually intrigued to see that, okay, finally, you're actually getting some character development here. And it's about damn time, because you've been quite evidently nerfed throughout the whole series. And now, with things like this, it makes sense why she could be one of the favourite female characters of the entire series. Whereas before, I just quite evidently couldn't see it when you compared her to somebody like Rangiku or... damn, how am I drawing a blank here? This is how you know late nights, uni is not good for you. Yeah, and Yoruichi, when you compare her to characters such as that, and Haribel. So, now, with a power increase of this magnitude, this is why she's one of the top fan favourites in Japan, and one of the favourite female characters in the series in general. So, anyways guys, before I wrap this review up, there's a few things I'd like to announce. One, I'd like you guys to check out the latest video I made. It's called Squad X Revived. I'd like you to check it out, watch it, enter the competition, and by hitting up in the comment section below. Also, another thing. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, 4 PM Eastern Standard Time, so that's 4 PM US time, I'll be doing a Google Hangout with / my Bleach breakdown with none other than King Recon. King Recon is an awesome YouTuber. He's very passionate about Bleach as well as many other anime and manga. And the discussion is going to be very, very, very interesting. So I invite everybody who's watching this channel to tune in at 4 PM tomorrow. That's US time, so that'll be 9 PM UK time, to tune in and watch, join in the discussion, hit us up in the comment section below, and feed us your questions, because we're going to dive into the last few chapters I should say, of Bleach in significant detail, drawing up theories, plot holes, where the series could possibly go on from here, and things of that nature, just like what happens with the captain's table. And if you guys have seen my last Bleach breakdown, which I did with Charles' Anime World, Captain of Squad 00. So anyways guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed my review. I personally believe that Rukia has become one of the more powerful characters of the series, and I do believe that she has surpassed Captain's level, which is actually quite interesting, because I think she's even stronger than Renji now, because she has yet to reveal a Bankai, if she has a Bankai. But before I wrap this chapter up, a lot of people are going to pose a question to me: do I think Asnod is dead? Okay, I'm going to put it like this. In essence, yes, and in essence, no. In essence, yes, because he's been frozen at a sub-zero, absolute zero temperature, so everything in his body is frozen, so technically he is dead, because nothing in his body is moving to be able to be alive. Everything is frozen, all matter in his body is frozen, down to a molecular level. But I do believe he's not dead, because as we know, Final Holy Form resuscitates Quincy's, if they can activate it in time, or if it is activated by them resonating off of each other. That being said, I don't believe that Asnod is resonating off any other Quincy's because there's no other one of them around in this immediate area. But whereas we're in the end of the chapter where Asnod is saying this is fear, I do believe that he's going to literally berserk out because of this, because he's never experienced fear, and that will make him trigger his final holy form, because he's quite evidently not going to accept this. So with that being said, that's my chapter review for this week, guys, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember to tune in tomorrow at 4 PM US time and 9 PM UK time for my Bleach breakdown with King Recon. It's sure to be an interesting discussion, so I hope you guys tune in, enjoy. So stay subscribed, hit me up in the comment section below about things you'd like me to discuss for tomorrow. So the sooner you hit me up, the quicker I'm going to see it, the quicker I can make notes about it, and the quicker I can dive into it on the discussion. So I hope you guys have enjoyed my review for this week. Bleach chapter 567, entitled A Dance with Snow White. It's your boy Shimigami X, aka your Captain X. I'm signing out, and as always my people, take care and peace, man. See you guys tomorrow.